We're going to learn the first parak of Hilchos Chametz U'Matzah from Sefer Hazman and the Yerach HaZokah. There are 8 prokim. At the end of it, we have the Nusach HaGadol, and we'll go past the index to the first page. Rambam writes Hilchos Chametz U'Matzah. There are 8, you turn the page, mitzvahs. 3 of them are mitzvahs aseh, and 5 mitzvahs lo yisaseh. Now to go to the Peirush HaMeir, we're going to go on page 10, where we explain the Rambam itself. Previously is written what the Maggid Mishnah wrote about the order of the program of the Rambam. In Hilchos Chametz U'Matzah, there are 8 mitzvahs. 3 mitzvahs aseh and 5 mitzvahs lo yisaseh. And these are their particulars. One should not eat chametz on the 14th of Nisan, even though Pesach starts on the 15th. From the midday, this is mitzvah 199. Then there is the second mitzvah to be rid of shiur of yeast on the 14th day. And we'll see that shiur and chametz are synonymous in many respects. There are differences. And this is the 156th mitzvah in the Sefer HaMitzvahs. The Rambam explains the mitzvahs 3 times, or mentions them 3 times. We're not sure why. There are different orders. But in Sefer HaMitzvahs, and then in Yesod HaTorah, before Yesod HaTorah in Yerach HaZokah, he puts them down again in a different order. And here, before each halacha, like Hilchos Chametz U'Matzah, he gives us all the mitzvahs that are part of Chametz U'Matzah. The third mitzvah is Shelo Yilechol Chametz Kol Shiva, not to eat chametz the 7 days of Pesach. This is the 197th mitzvah. And in the pasuk it says Lo Yilechol Chametz, and that means there's a shiur of chorus, and it says Ki Kol Oichel Chametz V'Nichraso. If he's mazed, if he's shogeg, he has to bring a chatos kavua, which is a chatos which doesn't change whether he's poor or rich. It's always the same required animal. The fourth mitzvah is Shelo Yilechol Ta'aruvos Chametz Kol Shiva, not to eat any mixture of chametz kol shiva. This is the 198th mitzvah, and even if it's not bread, if it happens to be a cereal, or it happens to be beer and similar and the like, and that's why it says in the pasuk kol machmetzes lo yisechelu. That adds not only chametz, that's only chametz, but anything that is mixed with chametz. Go to the next page, down to the Peirush. In mitzvah hey it says shelo yiroeh chametz kol shiva. So you're not allowed to have in your possession chametz all 7 days of Pesach. He mentions this negative commandment, and he counted it as the mitzvah, the 200th mitzvah, and it's based on the pasuk in Shmois, Lo yiroeh lecha chametz, lo yiroeh lecha shiur b'chol gvulecha. And even though there are 2 mentions here, one of chametz and one of shiur, they're not 2 separate lavin. Chametz and shiur, it's rather to tell you that they are one and the same regarding many situations, except when we'll see when there are specific differences. Shelo yimotze chametz kol shiva, that it should not be found. This means that even if you don't see it, and this is the mitzvah 201, even if we don't see it, or it happens to be by somebody else's home, it's yours, then you are liable for your chametz wherever it might be. The 7th mitzvah is to eat matzah on the night of Pesach. This is a positive mitzvah. And the Smag counts it in the back of Sefer HaMitzvahs. That 198th mitzvah is we are commanded to eat matzah on the 15th of Nisan, and it should be whether with the keves or not, because the Korban Pesach itself requires matzah morim to be eaten with it, as we'll learn when we get to Hilchos Korban Pesach. But here we're discussing the chiv of matzah, that it stands by itself, whether or not there's a Korban Pesach. Because it says in the Posuk in Shmois Yud Beis, Be'erev Te'echlu Matzos. And then the final mitzvah is again a mitzvah aseh, to recite the facts that took place at the time of Yetzias Mitzrayim, the night of the 15th, and this is the 157th mitzvah, and the posuk is V'gadato levincha b'yom ha'uleimor in Shmois Yud Gimel Ches, and there's also the posuk in Shmois Yud Gimel that you have to remember Yetzias Mitzrayim. Now, the Kesef Mishnah also explains the order of the Rambam's Peirush, but we are going to say in the next shiur, Peirush of Hilchos Chametz U'Matzah, the first halacha, when we give the next shiur.